We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now Golden State's starting five. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Horford takes it to Bazemore. Back to Horford. Warriors with the rebound. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Barnes. Back to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. The drive by Bogut. And it's sent back by Horford. Curry outside. And that one's good.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game, because that just settles you down a little bit. Jump ball.
We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a 3. They set a franchise record in made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible. Wow. I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
Bogut the pass to Curry. Shot clock at 5. Barnes dishes to Curry. And that one comes up a bit short. Golden State on deep.
For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage three on the court.
Paul Millsap with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And stolen by Barnes. To the inside. Inside. Oh, and the jam by Bazemore. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that. And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal.
Corver. Outside for Millsap. And the basket by Horford.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
From downtown, Curry's shot is off.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Teague for three. Tries to keep it alive.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Now here's Green. And it's Bogut atop the key. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Bogut. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good.
Assist goes to
Curry's got 5 now.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Lots of room. Bazemore gets the bucket. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And Bazemore kicks to Corbin. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Millsap. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Ezeli's checked in for the Warriors. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. 24 seconds left in the first. Livingston passes to Iguodala. He kicks to Livingston. Golden State moving the ball around. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Kicks to Cephalosha. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hawks on top, up 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Curry dishes to Green. And finished off by Bogut.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Schroeder. And they're on the break. Here's Cephalosha. And it's sent back by Bogut. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And the Warriors with some changes. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Bogut. And Ian Clark subbed in for Klay Thompson. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Splitter. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Splitter's got the lead up to 4 now for Atlanta. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Warriors trailed by 6. And stolen by Scott. Hardaway kicks to Cephalosha. No good. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Feeds it to Green. Ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Well, Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
Livingston passes to Iguodala. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Iguodala's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Schroeder. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Hawks lead by 5. Dishes to Iguodala. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Ezeli's checked in for Rush. And it's Barbosa in for Ian Clark. Here's Ezeli. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in. Aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the road.
Here's Hardaway. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. And now it's a 12-point Atlanta lead. And the slam dunk by Spates.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hawks lead by 10. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Here's Schroeder. They've got Scott. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. And it's Splitter in the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Hardaway dishes to Scott. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Curry. Kicks it to Barbosa. And that's a foul. It's called on Thabo Sefolosha. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Here's Curry. Sensational block. Outside, Scott. Addition out to Sefolosha. Back to Scott. Splitter sets a screen. 5 on the clock. Splitter kicks to Hardaway. And a miss there on the triple. Warriors trail by 10. Now the pass to Curry. Unloads from 9. Uses the glass to drop it in. Curry's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Warriors. It's stolen by Bogut. Curry passes to Barbosa. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
But they recover it. Here's Schroeder. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Schroeder's got 5 now.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
So far, his shot selection has been questionable. A lot of tough, contested shots. If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Golden State. Klay Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredibly incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up neat was the cherry on top. Very classy moves from that organization.
And the slam dunk by Bazemore. And now an 11-point Hawks lead.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead. And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Green up on top. Shot clock at 5. That's good. 8 point for Iguodala.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Boy, I tell you what, pounding the offensive glass pays off for them once again. Persistence pays.
Yeah, difference maker has been their ability to get those second chance points.
Korver, no luck.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Back to Curry. And that one's good. Curry's got 9 points.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Thompson outside. The 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's Green outside. Here's Bogut. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. And we've... The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Warriors trail by 8 on the court for Golden State here in the fourth. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Against the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. And it's Barnes, and at the 3, the small forward. Here's Millsap, puts up the baby hook. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Atlanta.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Thompson for 3. And that one's good. It's stolen by Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Warriors trail by 6. Here's Curry. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on Thompson.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Timeout called the Warriors. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor, as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league-best 28 road wins.
That's his first personal foul.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
Looking to end the run. And it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
Hardaway, no good.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Green with the block. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Over to the wing. Golden State moving it around. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Iguodala with the steal. Down low. Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 10 points for Klay Thompson. Kicks to Cephalosha. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Hawks lead by 10.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
And as hot as they are, no need to play conservative. Keep firing away.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Schroeder passes to Horford. The kick out to Scott. Pass to Cephalosha. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. Curry dishes to Bogut. Green inside the three-point line. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. The three from Cephalosha. And the shot is good. And it's a 12-point Atlanta lead.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Hawks.
Mark, the bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Yeah, you always like to see that, Kevin, when your reserves can perform and help you pull out a win.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Al Horford. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Iguodala with the steal. They retain possession. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala.
That's his first personal.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 8. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And Ian Clark subbed in for Curry. Shooter passes to Scott. Uncovered. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a spurt.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the score by Golden State. A three ball. Scott missing again. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
And even that might not be enough.
Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Korver dishes to Millsap. Korver kicks to Millsap. Back to Korver. From deep three-point range, no good. And so it's Atlanta with the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. See you later.
time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tiny tummy. And you make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible. You know what I mean? And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. And next time we'll talk it over, and we can start again.
the sold out and noisy. We've got the Atlanta Hawks facing the Golden State Warriors. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the three. Now Millsap. After the missed three from Stephen Curry. From 12 feet out. That's short off the rim. And here are the Warriors now. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games. Well, that fast break went across.
Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. The home run, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. Teague kicks to Millsap. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And that one's good.
Talk about confidence to pull up from out there. And what skill to knock it down. That's major league there, folks.
Yeah, no doubt about his toes on that one. He was way back. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Teague kicks to Korver. The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Millsap. From the arc. And it's sent back by Bogut. Curry against Horford. Curry dishes to Green. Barnes passes to Curry. From deep three-point range. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins. And also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Parroting that team from Mark Jackson. Greg, that was a good point. See, he passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Outside, Green. From deep. Another miss by Curry.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. And he shouldn't be firing from that deep. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Horford. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Atlanta with the ball after the missed three from Stephen Curry.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And here is Horford after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Offensive rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
Paul Millsap. First personal foul, team's first.
Here's Curry. He's got 12. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. From deep three-point range.
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot. It's amazing.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. You know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change, it's 6 already.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Hawks ahead, up 1. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Hawks.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Maurice Spates out.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
Timeout called the Warriors.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Different look here for the Warriors. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Azili. Green comes in for Maurice Spates. Thompson, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And Steph Curry subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. Schroeder kicks to Scott. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. Splitter with a screen on Curry. Cephalosha's shot is good. Cephalosha's got his second bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Hardaway kicks to Scott. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Schroeder kicks to Scott. Dishes it to Cephalosha. Outside Hardaway. It's rebounded by Golden State.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
On the wing, it's Iguodala. And Curry has it in the corner. Shoots it. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. This one for 3. And he gets it to go. Schroeder's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge. Here's Scott, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Outside for Curry. From deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. Scott with the ball. And it's Iguodala picking him up. Iguodala again. Scott. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Al Horford is checked in for Splitter. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, team's first.
59 seconds left to play here in the half. Curry. The long distance three is buried. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
And how about that road record for the Hawks? 25-16 last season. 9 of those wins came during that 19-game winning streak in early 2015.
Bazemore dishes to T. Horford's shot is good. Horford's got 8 points.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Curry outside. Atlanta with the rebound. Left side, Korver. Uncovered. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 4 assists in the game. Al Horford with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And the Warriors with some changes.
Give it up for them on the arena, your Warriors girls.
16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And Barbosa has it in the corner. Hits the three-point bomb. Barbosa's got himself on the board with 3 there. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Warriors lead by 2. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Kent Bazemore is out there with Scott. And it's Horford at the 5.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Curry's shot is off.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Lets it go with the 3. That's tipped. Here's the break. Here's Bazemore. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. The Hawks working the ball around. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
From deep. Atlanta with the rebound. One-on-one here. Here's Scott. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
Teague, the pass to Scott. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Scott's got 6.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been, and their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
And the Hawks making a change here. Millsap's checked in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Curry's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 4. Inside. And it's slammed in by T.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Curry kicks to Bogut. From deep three-point range, Horford with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. To the middle. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Andrew Bogut.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Schroeder kicks to Scott. Right side Hardaway. Back to Scott. The 3. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. They grab their own miss. Curry. From beyond the arc and then some. Curry's got 39.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
Scott kicks to Cephalosha. Just 5 on the clock. Scott dishes to Schroeder. Releases from 15. And too long on the shot. Warriors leading by 6. Outside Curry. From deep. Rebound Atlanta. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. To the inside. That's good. Hardaway has got his second bucket.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start.
Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go home by it. How does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. Here's Splitter. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here is Livingston. The drive by Iguodala. Got a hand on it. Hardaway passes to Schroeder. He dishes it to Cephalosha. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. The Warriors on top, leading by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. They've got Festus Ezeli. Barbosa is out there with Livingston. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Iguodala in the 3-set. That's the Warriors 5.
Warriors call time.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. He won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told us, guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
To take the lead. Shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. Curry. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 45 points.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Fires from the wing. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Schroeder. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't...
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! The Hawks trailed by 7. He dishes it to Splitter. 13 feet away. And he hits the jump shot.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Curry gets the bucket.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
From deep three-point range, Scott pulls it in. The Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. It's stolen by Green. 4th quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that. And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
Curry's shot is off. Hardaway kicks it over to Schroeder. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. And what's gotten into him today? Yeah, this is getting ridiculous.
It's deflected. Iguodala with the steal. Golden State moving the ball around. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Curry can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 9. Bazemore dishes to Korver. Atlanta again missing. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Yes!
Elevates and powers in the one-handed.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Curry against T. Curry can't get it to go.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Korver, good.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. And it's tied up with that one.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To take the lead. Oh, no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Millsap passes to Corver. Missed.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten everyone that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder. We're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Bazemore at the three. Westbrook drives in. And it's sent back by Horford. To the left wing. Korver kicks to Horford. It's hauled in by Adams. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
And it's slammed in by Teague. On defense, Atlanta. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Well, Thunder have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Passes it to Roberson. For 3, Durant. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Here is Durant. After the basket by Atlanta. There's the bucket. Good. Durant's got 7 points.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Teague, the pass to Millsap. Kicks to Bazemore. The tray. Count that one. Bazemore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. The feed to Roberson. Jacks up a 3. Durant, no good.
Well, I tell you what, he'll get some of those hustle points if he keeps boxing out like that. You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Cantor comes in for Adams. And it's Waiters in for Roberson. Out to Ibaka. Launches it. Rebound, Atlanta. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long. The Gator program built by him. This would be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg, the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida. And he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Foy's checked in. And Waiters has it in the corner. The 3-pointer off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Takes a 3. And it's Westbrook missing. To the inside. Right through the D for the layup. Bazemore's got 7 points.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Westbrook with the steal. Vicious to Waiters. Will it go? And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Kyle Singler's checked in for Oklahoma City. Teague kicks to Horford. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Pass to Korver. Three-pointer. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Down low. Teague. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Hawks lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Andre Robertson. Durant is out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Foy, and it's Singler in at the 3 slot. Poked loose. It's stolen by Adams. Singler outside. From beyond the arc. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Hardaway kicks to Cephalosha. Now the dish to Splitter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Singler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Randy Ford. Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Durant. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
So here's Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
You can't get in a much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized the club.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Splitter. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
He doesn't get the second one.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Durant for 3.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Splitter. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
And Splitter drops them both.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
To the middle. And it's Durant with the rebound. They're trailing by 4. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, you saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio. But he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
And the shot is good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
He dishes it to Morrow. Out left to the wing. Uncovered. And it's good off the back rim and in.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Kicks to Scott. The tray. Can't hit. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Durant, the pass to Roberson. Nice D from Scott. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Cantor checked in for Oklahoma City. Dion Waiters comes in for Roberson. And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Cantor. Westbrook kicks to Durant. He feeds it to Morrow. Chance there to take the lead, missing. For Atlanta, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And the Thunder pushing it up now. The pull-up. That's short off the rim. The Hawks leading. Down low. Stolen by Durant. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. And count it from 19 feet away. Cephalosha's got his first bucket in this one. Westbrook. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. The Hawks on top, up 4. We're going to step away briefly, but
OKC, make some noise for yours.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor.
And Kevin, that's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the small forward position. Here's Teague. The Thunder pull it in.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And the Thunder with some changes. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. And Foy kicks to Singler. Here's Roberson. The good-looking shot from the wing. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Millsap. And that one is stuffed right through.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And Roberson kicks to Foy. And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Korver. Now it's a 6-point Hawks lead.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Teague dishes to Horford. The stupendous finish in traffic. Horford's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Bazemore passes to Horford. And Millsap, here we go. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-handed.
On the Thunder with some changes. Cantor checked in for Adams. And it's Waiters in for Andre Robertson. And Voigt kicks to Ibaka. Oklahoma City moving it around. Oh, and here comes Korver all alone. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Singler.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents. And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there. And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
The Hawks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Randy Ford. Teague for 3. That's good. Teague's got 11.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And that one's good. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. The Hawks leading by 13. Outside Corver. Back to Teague. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
9 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. For 3, Durant.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
And here at the end of the third quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Canner is the power forward with Adams in the middle. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. And it's Westbrook in at point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Looking to get back on track here. It's blocked. And here's the fast break. Cephalosha leading the way. And he gets it to go. Hardaway has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Atlanta. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they've piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
And Cantor drops them both. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Robertson's checked in. Out to Hardaway. Here's Scott. They get it again. Here's Schroeder. They shoot again. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Schroeder hits them both.
And even though the injuries hurt the Thunder, last year at home, they were still as strong as ever. I mean, a home record of 29-12. is pretty darn good. Unfortunately, they were in a very tough Western Conference.
Inside, Westbrook with the steal. One-on-one here. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And it's 9 points for Russell Westbrook.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Cephalosha kicks to Scott. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Waiters dishes to Westbrook. And Adams now top of the key. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And part of why the Thunder were so good at home was their attention to detail on the defensive end of the floor. They were a top 5 defense at home. They had the best rebound differential in the league at home.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Here's Adams. Knocked loose. Stolen by Durant. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
The Hawks leading by 8. Outside Hardaway. Feeds to Schroeder. And Scott has it in the corner. The pass to Cephalosha. From the arc. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
To the paint. To the middle. Inside Leaner. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Oklahoma City with the foul. First free throw is good.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Thunder. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap has checked in for Scott. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. Durant with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Al Horford is checked in for Splitter. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
Here's Korver, and it's blocked by Adams. Here's Westbrook.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it with a fast break finish.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Atlanta.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this was by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Horford. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it.
Kevin Durant. That's his second personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Andre Robertson. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. And Ibaka kicks to Foy. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Ibaka. Foy dishes to Kanter. Drilled from 11 feet out. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Korver. to the right side. And that comes off the assist by Jeff T.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.